up, everybody? I'd like to welcome you to Ohio Media School. I have a guest today, a great friend of mine, great brother. I love this man. I can't say it's an honor to have him here, y'all. You know, I've known him well over 20 years. My personal barber when I had hair. Yeah, I see it, you know. But no further ado, I'd like to welcome y'all and introduce y'all to Basil Lewis.
What's love? Salute.
What's up with it, man?
What's up, my brother? What's happening? Bless up.
Man, you see it, man.
Yeah.
Being here working,
Right.
trying to get things right.
Yeah, so you trying to do big things, man.
Trying to, man.
Yeah.
It's a struggle, bro. It's a struggle, but I'm here.
Right.
So,
See?
man, listen. All this block, I was trying to figure out who I was gonna interview. I even told my teacher, like, man, I don't know who I'm gonna interview because I don't talk to people, I don't deal with people.
Right.
Ain't nobody intriguing enough for me to be like, hey, let me interview you. Like, I ain't know that. Like, so it's like, for me, it's like, when I was syncing all my social media accounts, just so everybody could just hit that link and go to one site and see every platform that I'm associated with on social media.
Right.
I set my TikTok back up. That was the last app I put back on was my TikTok.
You seen the controversy.
Nah, the moment I logged back in, never in a million years I'd have thought it was you that popped up. I'm like, look at brother Akbar. I'm like, so I had, that got me instantly. I said, let me see what he's talking about. And then when you started talking, and you started talking about your story, I'm like, bruh, I'm still getting goosebumps. I've been getting goosebumps from head to toe, like for 2 days straight. I'm like, that's never happened. Like,
Right.
I was like, man, I'm in a position, got a platform. I have my school behind me, Ohio Media School. They backing me. I've been going hard, so I was like, shh.
Right.
I'm about to big up my brother and let him tell his story. So, you know, this is your show. You know, tell the people about yourself, where you from, the backstory, and just how we got to this point where we at.
Yeah, I'm from Covington, Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Right over the bridge, and you know, this whole scenario goes back to June 18, 1985. That's a long time.
I was 4 years old.
But you
4
know,
years old, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You know, it's like you tell the story over and over. You know what I'm saying? The crazy part about it was, normally I had the cleaning job or something. I was a lifeguard. You know, you work the summer program.
Yeah.
So I just turned 18.
Just being a hustler.
Yeah, so
trying to get some paper.
right, my last year senior high school, you know what I'm saying, just before I was going to college, the summer program working. So I was asked to be a rent-a-kid coordinator. So, rent-a-kid coordinator.
I remember that.
Man, get that position, rent-a-kid. I don't know nothing about, you know. And so had my little casual look, whatever, you know, and Pops had me get, you know, a little situated with the little button, you gotta look professional and everything.
Professional.
Yeah, so, you know, I'm getting my cats, you know, get them jobs, you know what I'm saying? I'm 18, they ain't paying them. I had to go talk to these grown folks. They be like, this kid, hey man, you owe some money for cutting the grass.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
they better tighten his pockets up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get it straight. And so, when everything was done, my one cat, man, Tank McNair, I said, Tank, you know, man, I love Nike. You know what I'm saying? But Converse and Adidas
was the big dogs of the age. You
Right.
gotta tell me. Anybody wearing Nike?
But you know what's not like that, but you know, the thing about the got me was when I seen with the Adidas, they was already in the game.
Yeah,
They was the future.
They was well
Talking
established.
Yeah, so, but you know, Nike, when they had those posters, Dr. Duncanstein and the chairman of boards and all that, so when they came out with the Air Force Ones, which really is the Legends, which the only thing they did was add a strap to it. So you had it, because when the Nike was a running company, you see what I'm talking about in the movie. So that's why they said, we got to find this, did a basketball thing, we got to, you know, because Adidas and Converse was just, you know, so.
Dog walking.
Yeah.
Dog walking.
So they had the 73 Blazer, then with the 81 Legend, you had the 83 was K-Net, Evolution, and then the one after that was they don't talk most was with Jordan wore. Is that the dunk? What is it?
The dunks.
No. I got the brain freeze, but it's just before the Jordan ones. Okay. So it was only 4. But what I did was like, you know, like I said, man, I'm gonna help them out. Now I never paid attention what Adidas was doing to look. I had my own thing, but me and Adidas was on the same concept. So I took the Air Force One and I flipped it.
Okay.
But I flipped it even to enough to shoe that even
identity.
Even Adidas didn't have the identity. But the only thing they had was what had in common what I had on with Nike was the name on the strap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So once you had the name on the strap, and then I added some other stuff that was, you know, on there, and I said, hey, once you have your shoe, I ain't thinking about the air thing they talking about, you know, the comfort. And that came up with the concept of the adding on the strap, so that ankle support, you know, so when you turn your ankle, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, so I checked with Tank. So what you think? Tank like, tell me live. It took me probably almost about an hour to do that concept.
That's how it be though.
I flipped it. Well, it take probably some people a couple hours to a day or so. Like, what we on? I already knew what I wanted to add to it.
You got the vision.
They quit. Sitting at the desk on the break, so boom, I'm done. I was like, man. So I went up to the sporting goods store and got the address. Dude was like, man, they slow getting back. You ain't they let me know. Shoot, it was 2 weeks. They hit me that quick. Boom, letter. And I'm like, oh shit.
Whoa. You submitted your drawing and they responded in 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Said, please keep it on file. We was taking with it, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But not thinking then at 18 that they needed some more concept for the basketball thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you figured when in a movie, right? Sonny Vasquez, Michael Jordan's mother, and William Peter Moore, who designed that Jordan concept and everything. Them 3 played a major part in keeping Michael there, you know, from that 84 to 87. But I'm that silent one, you know what I'm saying, they don't talk about that comes in, it helped save something that gave Tinker Hatfield, said, oh shoot.
Now who's Tinker Hatfield?
Tinker Hatfield's the one that gave me credit for the visible air bubble and the Jordan that you see now, the Jordan brand.
Jumpman logo?
Well, he didn't do Jumpman logo, that wasn't Peter Moore.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't hear about this dude a couple years. They didn't start really talking about him until I was making noise about what's going on with me. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So, when you see the Jordan 3s, that stopped him from leaving and going to Adidas. They was gonna have him from a short range. With the Jordan 3s, right? You see this right here, right? This is Air Bubble. Dude, it's the same shoe. It's all this. These are Air Revolutions. So what they did was they named them and said, okay, we're gonna go Jordan 3. So they put the Jordan 1s, right? And then you had the Jordan 2s, right? Word was
he didn't like them. He didn't like them.
He liked the concept,
he thought they were ugly.
but they were hurt on his feet though. That's why he was taken with the concept. Now, here's the thing, what I learned about Michael Jordan, artistic. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because we born in the same month, Aquarius. But that he saw some Adidas, because Adidas had the cut. He wanted to line a shoe. Most sleepers, you think about it, man, they want something line on their feet where they can jump. This dude, he took the wash collar up under the shorts. So when then they came up the bag short later, he's pretty much, so far I know, started that underneath.
Right.
He wanted stuff to go
compression shorts.
Right, the hat on them so the shorts be long.
Compression shorts.
So he innovated a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but these right here, right? You see the same concept here on the 5s, Tinker Hatfield, right? So with this shoe here,
most of the earlier versions were similar.
right? So they come from this concept here, right? So
and what concept is this?
These are revolutions. These is what changed the game for Nike.
And here's the prototype that you designed.
Nah, here's my prototype here that I sent them. Now, see this? Always break it down.
I see it.
This is 85, this is 87, right? That's when these came out. Let's see what that say, this 85. See the same Format. See the name on the strap, name on the strap. This is why Nike's quiet. That's why they not coming out saying nothing about me the whole 9 yards. They not gonna come out and say nothing. And they got the lawsuit that's going on against them. You know what I'm saying, that they don't talk about.
Right.
So if you see it right here, all that right here, they erased this part right here, that part right here they raised. But that 2001 on the side is on the Jordan 5 with the 23.
Right.
Right, so.
That would be these.
Right, so when they had the Cortez, you seen them, but the name, they started really hyping that name on the back of the shoe because the name was on the back of this. Right? So it's supposedly had a con model. Right. Yeah. So you see this right here, right?
Talking about, yeah.
Yeah. So you see this part right here, right? They say, okay, well, I had two straps. And they okay, we just gonna make that strapped here. Now, the whole thing, right here, the whole thing was genius, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, how you gonna take all the credit? Like, that ain't on the Air Force One. That ain't on the Air Force One.
Right.
You got the strap. You got that on the Air Force One. Why didn't they have it then? So they look in the visible bubble, which was, he saw Paris or somewhere, the building where you can see through.
Right.
But the thing about it is, dude won't take all the credit. They want to call him the GOAT, not knowing he a thief. Would save him. You know what I'm saying? With that, change the game. Without this, you ain't gonna see none of this. This right here saved everything.
Michael Jordan saved Nike. We all know that.
Right, but Michael was going to leave.
Right.
Until he took and modified this. Michael said, I like it. That's why he stayed. And you seeing Jordans to this day.
And they're going to continue to make billions on top of billions till the end of time off that lineup.
This is the thing from the legal stuff they sent me. They contradicted everything they said in that format right there.
This is a breakdown.
Yeah, so you know a lot of people, they was like, you know, say, but they didn't believe me, whatever. You ain't smart. First of all, you know what I'm saying, when you got proof of something, I ain't showing, I'm showing receipts.
Dude, you took the word right out of my mouth.
Not only that, if it was so
Man
bad,
got receipts, y'all.
not only that, if
This is from Nike.
you know, the thing is,
Not none he took out of a magazine or nothing, something that was sent to
man,
him.
you still look at all that, you go.
No, that's your show.
Okay.
Show, baby.
But
We got
what,
the flow.
you know, everybody like the receipts. And you know what it is about the receipts? The receipts are kind of fun now because people be like, you know, oh man, you know, when you show the receipts, it's all done. You know what I'm saying? So these are, you know, like Court, these are concepts we see with the what's called. Now this right here.
Let me check them out. Yeah, you can tell these are down there as old as me.
Yeah.
That's why he
Now see,
laminated.
that's when they came back this is Air Revolution Sky High. Them came out with 2010, 11, 12. I didn't even know they came out with them. So that ain't nothing but the Air Revolution wedges for the women.
Even had a Marlboro cigarette ad.
Is that on there?
Yeah, you can see it, you hold it up in the light. That's how old it is.
This was Kentucky Post did a story on me.
Check it out.
And right here, Nike admitted that they didn't follow procedure with me in this article right here.
All right.
But see, I didn't know they were gonna put me on front page. You know what I'm saying? Because too many other people didn't want to touch it.
Hold on. So the people can see this. This is a newspaper article from, who's this, the Enquirer?
Kentucky Post.
The Kentucky Post.
Yeah.
You still look the same. You don't have to take a shot.
That's crazy with the glasses on the West Coast.
Yeah, you look the same.
Yeah, I know them.
You look dead the same. It says, hold on one second. It
But
says,
there's another thing too, like I tell people like this, when you making allegations like I'm doing
You
over
gotta
these
have
past few
receipts.
years, that's a cease and slander. You know what I'm saying? Where they could file suit or whatever. I ain't got none of that nowhere. I've been waiting on it. You know what I'm saying? You one of the most
Hustling.
powerful companies on the planet, you know what I'm saying, with another entity on top of the Jordan brand, and ain't nobody saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because the legal stuff.
it says, let me say this to the people. It
Yeah.
says, Nike admits it did not follow standard procedure requiring the signing of a non-confidentiality agreement when Lewis submitted his ideas. The company said it was keeping his ideas on file. so it at least acknowledged receipt of his material. They also said the shoe bears an overall similarity, but that they are so different. The design of the 2001 shoe in its entirety appears to be more like a ski boot rather than a basketball shoe.
You know what?
The one
you,
they said,
you found that.
let me say this
You
real
look
quick.
for that. Where's the what's called that? It's funny you found that because
The ski boot. When they
now,
said the ski
did they
boot.
not describe their shoes as down like ski boot right there?
Nah.
Read right there. It said inline
It say the ski lock heel.
heel. Right. Say the word was Jordan and Hatfields go skiing. Right. I saw this on a little documentary, and when he saw that, they didn't like ski boot look right. But what you did was you took that strap I did and seen that lock.
That's the Back to the Future boot that somebody
Yeah.
just paid like $20,000 for.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
It looks exactly like that. That's what it
So
looks like to me.
that's what the concept was. The inline ski boot was there were the two straps on there,
The double strap.
the double strap.
All right.
There wasn't no shoe with no double strap. Name Adidas in
I
that.
never saw it.
No.
I started seeing they started going crazy with the straps as soon as the '90s hit. With David Robinson with the flights,
Right.
Dion's, like they started going crazy. Junior Seau's.
Yeah.
All right. Now this right here is a nail in the coffin.
I'm certified.
Yeah, these are
So,
certified
you know,
letters
you know,
from
after
Nike.
that, you ain't got to explain that to nobody.
It's
As you show
certified letters.
certified, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to explain that.
Laminated.
See?
And when they mail you stuff, they date it. Everything's dated. So this was dated April 16, 1992, from Nike, 1 Borman Drive, Beaverton, Oregon. That's where their headquarters
That's where
is.
headquarters.
Also, you know, Phil Knight's an alumni of Oregon. He's a
Right.
Duck. Go figure. And we all know that.
See
It
that right there?
says certified.
That's certified.
Certified mail. And they also stamp it, just do it. Well, they did do it.
Just steal it. But that idea saved Hatfield and Nike on a whole lot of levels between Jordan still staying and their basketball shoe line. You know what I'm saying? But they never did once say,
Mustafa.
they never did say once, we gotta get him to come work for us. If he can do that, we need to bring him in. But Hatfield wanted all the credit. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like a thief.
Right. These is
And it also has
These are-
the
these-
rubber stamp.
these the letters.
It's rubber stamp, so it's engraved, embossed into the letters.
That right there killed the patent game when it was sent and admitted. That killed the patent game. You know, because like, it was like people asking about the patent, right? You know, 18 years old, man, ain't none of 17 talking about no patent.
I know official documentation when I see it, considering I know documentation when I see it.
They
That's
know
all-
it
that's all I'm
too.
saying.
They know it too. Hey, look here.
It's
They
embossed.
found-
It's embossed. For one, it has a rubber stamp. I can feel it.
Oh yeah, all of them had rubber stamps.
Yeah, they got rubber stamps.
What's
so
that address?
You can feel it.
What's that address at the bottom?
The address is
One
1 Borman
Borman
Drive,
Drive,
Beaverton, Oregon. It says, January 19, 1994. Mr. Basil Lewis
We got
Jr.
94. That's the
Yep.
wrong one.
That's the wrong one?
This is the one right here.
Okay.
These two right here. This
Oh,
one.
oh, yeah.
So these were in 2 years that they wrote me. Well, no, it was 1 year. It was 2, and in the year later was 2 weeks again. See, if this is the first one, this the first one off the first drawing.
So, okay, well, we're going to start with this one first.
There you go.
All right. July 9, 1985. Mr. Basil Lewis Jr., Covington, Kentucky, blase, 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 blase. Dear Basil, thank you so much for your recent letter and accompanying drawings. We were truly pleased to learn of your enthusiasm for our products, particularly our basketball shoes. More so, however, were we taken with the ideas and drawings you submitted for our consideration. While we are not in need of any new concepts at this time, we appreciate the work you put into them. You appear to be a very creative and talented individual, Basil, and certainly we wish you the best. In pursuit of this, your degree in commercial art.
Once again,
That's so disrespectful. Enclosed is a copy of the catalog you requested. Please note, however, that you cannot order from us directly. God.
And they said the catalog. I got it. That catalog was an 86 classic.
That's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful.
And you was thirsty for new ideas.
They was telling you they was gonna steal your shit.
Yeah, you don't know nobody. You're a kid. But
Fuck.
see the thing about it, they talk about this thing about the cultural thing, right?
Wow.
They, how much they care about the culture,
They're trying to be inclusive. They want
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
All
the grace with all this and that. You're lying. First of all, you ripped off a black kid, 18 years old. And you prophesied off of it. Then you want to sue all these other people, and you want to get rid of Kyrie, talking about he's anti-Semitic. I heard it come out of Phil Knight's mouth. And so when I did the next video I did, that's when I went Black Adam on him. How you gonna call somebody racist across the line when you took advantage and ripped off an 18-year-old black kid?
And he got the receipts.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, let me finish this. They gotta hear this. They gotta hear this.
There's a part two that came back still in that same letter again.
They say,
overall, right?
They say, thank you again for writing, Basil, and for the efforts you put into our behalf. That is so disrespectful. God damn.
It was like, we got some, we got a gold mine.
That's exactly what they say to me when just the language, how they structured the language. You cannot directly order it from us. You must go through a retail dealer. But after you was just bigging me up about how creative I was and enthusiastic,
common sense to say we got to bring this person in. You know what I'm saying? You pay a female, what she got stock now with $100 to do the swoosh, right? Do the swoosh, right?
Hey, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Now you got a year later with that letter say,
and it sounded like a woman. I knew it was a woman. It says
she was no longer with the company after that.
Adrian Van Bimmel.
A lot of them that corresponded with me was no longer with the company, got shipped down.
That's why. That's why.
That's a year later.
They say, okay, this is November 14, 1986. Once again from Nike. Basil Lewis Jr., Covington, Kentucky. Dear Basil, thank you for your recent letter, poster, and drawings. The time and effort you put into your illustrations is appreciated. Unfortunately, at this time, we have no openings for a graphic designer at Nike. But we will keep your ideas on file. Once again, they emphasize it. They keep emphasizing they're gonna put your drawings on file.
Now here's the crazy part.
They place emphasis on that.
Now with the JUCO for basketball and commercial art, I was recruited by Bernie Shore and Talladega for basketball.
Okay.
Major again was commercial art, so they knew this. That's why they made it. At that time, I was headed.
It was CTC.
Yeah, I was going to head to CTC.
That's how they ended the letter. They say,
we got the stuff on file.
Thanks again, Basil, for your enthusiasms and interest in Nike and continued success at CTC. Sincerely, Linda Kirshner. November 14, 1986. Employee of Nike.
Ain't that on the file? Ain't that on file? They said it was on file. They said
something else on the back. It says January 19, 1994. Am I right?
Yeah.
Dear Mr. Lewis Jr. Mustafa, I am in receipt of your 2 letters of September 1993.
That's 94, right?
Yeah, that's
January?
January 94.
That's the payoff letter.
The hush money.
The
hush money, okay.
It wasn't enough.
They say, I am in receipt of your 2 letters of September 1993. Your second letter appears to be a request for a sizable sum of money. Nike cannot pay such money. The reasons we cannot pay such money are outlined in our prior correspondence to you. Memory serves me correct, in the correspondence before this, they were telling you that they'll keep your drawings on file. There was never no mention of being compensated for your efforts.
That was without that time without an attorney. Now the attorney I had before that said, he's a patent attorney, said, we got a case, blah, blah, blah. But yet turn around, he don't say come to office, he don't say on the phone, he sent his pump letter to talk about they don't want to settle. What's that say right there?
It says your second letter appears to be a request for a sizable sum of money.
Now a lot of that was going on with me with attorneys and stuff like that, so forth. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of a blessing. Like people said, last interview I did, brothers out in California. They said, what took so long? Hey, it's best now to get your money later on. When money grows, it's like stock.
Yeah.
You retirement money.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
compound.
saying? So
Compound interest.
Yeah, it was good that
Compound
they
interest.
should have went and took care of me then versus doing now. Because when they say that, and they say lawsuit.
Yeah. Let me finish this because it gets better. It say, we once again advise you to retain, once again, it was never mentioned in the previous letters about retaining any type of attorney or legal representation whatsoever, from what I read.
To have
what you
that
presented.
money.
Acquiring about some money, being compensated for my efforts. That was never mentioned. We once again advise you to retain a patent attorney. We also remain willing to consider any new information you or your attorney can provide to us. Very truly yours, Thomas M. Horgan.
Now Thomas Horgan got switched out. He was at the.
These some wild niggas,
He was at the. He
These
was
some
at.
wild niggas, B.
He was at the Thomas Nightingale.
Damn.
They switched the game up on
Hey,
it.
these some wild niggas.
But that top on it says lawsuit at the top. Read that top. What the top say?
All right. This was filed 6/10 of 2022. United States District Court, Eastern District of Kentucky, Northern Division at Covington. Basil Warren Lewis Jr., plaintiff versus Phil Knight, defendants.
Cool.
Civil lawsuit. It said plaintiff Basil Warren Lewis Jr. is a resident of Fairfield, Ohio.
But you need that. There's you know leave the rest of that alone.
I
I
got
just
you.
want to know that.
I got
You know what
you.
I'm saying that people know there's a lawsuit in place that's not talked about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's legit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So these all the receipts is why they quiet and won't say nothing. You know, just they'll always just flash them like cars.
That's a lot of shit,
There's a
man.
lot of attorney thing right there. Yeah.
This one.
You know what I'm saying? But that was not, that's the dude who was, I think he was paid off. You know what I'm saying? So then you
This
got,
shit wild, bro.
you got stuff on the back.
This shit
You know
wild.
what I'm saying? More stuff, letters on the, you know, so you know,
Out of all that,
back, you know what I'm saying? So that's the fun part when you show receipts, because like, you know, there was, you know, downers out there.
there's always people that
Got
will say,
nothing to
"Oh,
do.
you
Got nothing to do.
capping,
Got nothing.
you perping,
Got nothing to
you
do.
want some attention."
Got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Call headquarters. Matter of fact, the last show I did with the Brother Cowboy, they wanted to bring this couple guys that they knew work at Nike.
Okay.
And they said, man, come on the show. We got Basil.
Bring it on!
I would like to welcome everybody to Big Dog Radio IGASM Visuals. And I have a very special guest with me today. He's a great friend of mine. I'm gonna let him tell his own story. It's a quite compelling story, might I add. So it's like, when I saw it on TikTok, I'm like, brother, I'm on TikTok, let me see what you're talking about. So, with no further ado, I would like to introduce you all to Mr. Basil Lewis.
What's up? What's good, man? What's good?
What's the word, baby? Talk to me. What's going on?
You know, controversy, you know, the situation with me, Knight, and the Jordan brand and so forth that's been going on. So I did a couple of interviews before I did this one, you know. I'm with Houston and Cali. That's what I did. And you called me up.
Yeah, man. Like, that's crazy because like I had hopped on this app. I was just syncing all my social media platforms on one application. And TikTok was the last one. And I haven't been on TikTok for probably like a month and a half. I haven't posted nothing on that in a minute. But as soon as I set my account up, you popped up. I'm like, never in a million years I thought I'd see you on TikTok. So I'm like, let me see what Brother Akbar talking about. I'm listening to it, and you start telling your story. Bruh, I couldn't stop getting goosebumps. I'm like, damn. I remember him saying shit, you know, in the barbershop, you know, when I used to be there getting chopped up when I had hair.
Right.
Like, he was dead ass serious. Like, so it's not my place to tell your story. So, you know, I brought you in, you know, it's the floor for you, man. Like, I want you to get your truth out, man.
I didn't think I'd be on TikTok neither, you know. But you know, all these suggestions get, hey, you need to get on this, you need to get on, you know, you know, especially the younger generation. There's some of the older ones,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, tell a story. You know, really, it was crazy. I never really told the story too much back then to only people that circle around me. And then, even though I was dealing with them, and we was writing back and forth with correspondence. But it was a young cat man, Dark Thomas. I was cutting his play bond. I think he was Cincinnati Christian. And, so he had two guys he was cool with. He was telling them about the story. So they wanted to do an interview on me, and put it on YouTube. I said, oh, for real? I said, oh man, I ain't never do no interview about it. That was the very first one I did.
It's awkward.
And it was cool.
It's awkward at first.
Yeah, and it was an
idea of just being in front of a camera.
Right. And the crazy, the views on YouTube was like 500,000. But now sudden view count started changing.
Oh yeah, because they manipulate the analytics.
Right. And
especially when you out here going up against Goliath corporations like the federal government, the people you're going up against, it's like they have an algorithm set in place to flag your account once you go to speaking your truth. And those are amendment rights to freedom of speech and mistreatment. Come on, man, we had a right to speak our minds about the bullshit that y'all doing to us.
Yeah, they didn't, as far as people saying, why he's saying this and that. One, I was kind of low key about it. And then you tell certain people, you ain't got your stuff. They're like, yeah, right. You expect that. But even then, I'm pushing to networks and stuff. Oh, they wouldn't try to hear it. So
especially who you going up against.
Blackball and so forth. Like I said, when I tell people when Kanye spoke up against, and what's going on as far as who run the media and everything, and it's true. I've always said that, say years ago.
Politics.
Right, so.
Politics was a motherfucker.
You can feel like, look this thing up and say, he one of the Jewish billionaires. This was that thing with Kyrie. You gonna talk about he's anti-Semitic. So how you call anti-Semitic when you around an 18-year-old black kid, black community? But y'all speak on ethnics and all that and culture and so forth. That's a lie. It's about money. It's about money manipulation. Because if it was the case, you'd have came out a long time ago and say, look, we got to do right by this guy. This guy helped us take our, a format with Michael Jordan to a whole nother level we see today. The Jordan brand. And it all started with the concept that I sent to him, 2001 concept. That was 85. So this movie that's out now, a lot of people hit me up about it. Hey, they talking about you. That was Peter Moore and Sonny Basil with that in 84. With those first Jordans. I had nothing to do with that. Right. I'm a year later. And these guys was gone to Adidas after all that work they put in. That questioned a whole lot of things about the company. So here comes Tinker Hatfield, 85, who was supposed to be already there in 81. It's on his bio. And he became a designer of Nike in 85, right? So same year I said the concept. So I took that for one, I flipped it. So 2 weeks later, they write, oh, we pleased with, man, thanks for the idea. That right there, no names, patent, copyright, whatever. You just admit it. That ain't my idea. And 18, man, I didn't know nothing about that. So the blessing was, and then a year later, in 86, they wrote it again. Same thing, 2 weeks later. We still got your stuff on file. We was pleased with Mr. Lewis. But not one time say, we want to bring you in, and man, you need to come work with us. See, the window goes from 84, when it got Michael in. That was some work, because Michael wanted to go to Adidas. I was one of them. They hang from window 2 up to 87. That's the Jordan 3s, right? These right here. Right? Okay, that's what saved Michael from leaving that contract. You look this up. And ever since then, where's Michael at now? He's with Nike, right?
Still selling the same shoe over and over.
Now, what saved him was this concept here. The concept they stole from me, the Arab Revolution, which they don't want to talk about no more, right? Somebody gave me these, man. Matter of fact, cousin of mine, man, he's like, man, autograph for me. But these ain't nothing but Arab Revolutions, but they call it Jordan 3. They had to celebrate this day. Right, they just Yeah, they adjusted it. That's all these are. Every revolution.
It's the same mold.
A lot of sneakerheads,
It's the same mold.
say the culture, they don't really know that, right? But you see like the photos when you share what I did and everything, and the letters and everything, they see all that. But this shoe concept that they took from me, there was no name on the strap. The only the shoe company that had a name on the strap was Adidas. Me and Adidas, I look back at see the movie Air, we was on the same page. It's just they had older cats. I'm a young cat, but I saw Adidas, but never looked at it. But I had my own style when I do stuff. But I had liked Nike for some reason. I didn't send under Converse, I didn't send under Adidas. I said, let me send under them. It's only the only shoe they had. It was a running company, right? So the running company was, the thing they had was that.
Hey, cool.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, good.
Yeah, Phil Knight was running for Portland. So the only shoe they had was, what did they have? Oh, I'll go back. The 73 Blaze, I believe. Then that was a Legend,
Okay.
which ain't gonna talk about Legend no more. Then came the Air Force One.
What was the Legend?
Legend ain't nothing but the Air Force Ones without a strap.
Okay, I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Pretty much every Nike.
Right. So then after that, you had the airships. The Jordan wore before he got his shoe. He was rocking those. He was rocking those.
I remember he was rocking something.
Yeah.
Nike.
So it was like
when he
one,
first came to the league.
right. So you had 1, 2. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then in the movie, say that they were down 40%. So basically, they needed a figurehead for basketball to try to get their basketball revenue was up. So they pulled him in with Sonny Basketball and what Peter Moore did and all them. Boom. You know what I'm saying? That changed the game for him. But what I did was I changed the game on a longevity. When Tinker Hatfield took what I got, put his idea, flipped what I got, took mine, and ran with it. So you got these Jordan 3, 4, 5, and 6. Ain't nothing but Arab Revolution shoes. That's all they got.
Right, they keep remixing them.
Keep remixing them. And it was enough to give him a pass, because I heard that basically that kind of, that changed the course of everything as far as him promoting. He took a risk with that concept.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. Let's take it back a little bit. Now, you was telling me about the back and forth correspondence around 86.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
85 and 86.
Yeah, 85, 86. Like, what did those letters entail? Like, what were they saying to you in regards to your concept, to your design that you submitted to Nike?
Now, what I know now, when I got them, when you see them and you read them, we was taking with it, we was pleased, this and that. That let you know how bad it was with the shoe game, right? I don't know it because that was going on. Like I said, at that time, I'm 18, 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it rescued the situation. Like, oh, this kid got here, but they waited 2 years later. This shoe didn't come out to 87, 88.
What did they kept telling you in the letters, though? They kept saying something.
Oh, they kept thinking we said we was taking with it.
Kept saying
we'll keep it on file.
Keep it on file. That was their way of telling you that they was gonna steal your shit. Subtly. It was so subtle.
There was the two ladies.
Thanks for keeping it on file.
The two different ladies that wrote me, right? I guess when people write and they get excited, and they think like, oh shoot, what this kid, he said, you know what I'm saying? But not thinking, somebody like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You weren't supposed to write it back. You taking a run with it. So when I did it, Kentucky Post was the only one that interviewed me. Now this is an Inquirer, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't, the Post, Nike made a post that they didn't sign, a waiver and a confidential, what's called with me.
Agreement.
Yeah, they write that. So Shelley Whitehead did that interview.
What's her name?
Her name was Shelley Whitehead.
Shelley Whitehead?
Reporter.
Okay.
When she wanted to do a follow-up, they refused comment. This is why today, you don't hear them coming out saying nothing. You don't come out with a little movie, put Tinker Hatfield out there all of a sudden. You ain't been talking about Tinker Hatfield.
Because they're trying to sweep it under the rug.
You're talking about this shoe, this and that. And I tell people like this, if I'm lying, whether you seeing the proof or not, right?
That's my size too.
Right? The proof or not, then my thing is this. they come out and say something. Because you know what I'm saying, in the hood, the community, the hood, whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you wrong,
You wrong.
you be like, come on, man. For real? We
You
going
on
there?
shit, on that shit.
Man, come on, bro, prove it to me. You won't call somebody out on it.
You're supposed to.
They ain't called me out yet.
And you got,
And call
got
me
the
an-
name out there. You can call them by
Oh yeah, I'm all
name.
on if you Google Basil Lewis versus Nike on the internet. Google. Or you go on YouTube. Everything, the videos, the lawsuit document, all that's out there. And they're not talking about the lawsuit that I filed against them. But the thing about it is, the last video I did, you talking about Kyrie Irving crossed the line. Wow. But he's making you money. You crossed the line so many times.
We
And
both
then,
know that's for shits and
then
giggles.
he's suing Kai and Omni against some guys, Lululemon, and it was Lil Nas X, I think StockX, and Little somebody.
Yachty.
Yeah,
Lil Yachty.
talking about copyright infringements. Everybody in that bandwagon talking about that, but they ain't talking about the lawsuit they got against them and the Jordan brand thing in Hatfield. Why is that quiet in the media? See, conspiracy, man, and on top of that, man, it's a scandal.
Politics is
Scandal.
motherfucker, man. When you're dealing with corporations of this magnitude, it's like the modern day version of David and Goliath. You know, they kicking the little people that's fueling their ideas and have a major responsibility and integral part of their corporation being what they are today.
Right.
Like a smart man, like if the shoe's on the other foot, hypothetically, if I'm Nike, I'm Nike. And I know that you had a direct influence in my brand and my corporation being where it is today.
Billions of dollars on both sides between.
It's beyond billions,
Right.
because they're using the same templates over and over and over again. All they're doing is putting a different colorway on it, or adding something, a different aspect to the sneaker, but it's still the same fucking shoe.
The interview with the four brothers up in California did this before I was talking with you, there's some guys they knew from Nike, and they asked them did they want to come on the show while I was on there. This is what they said: we're not allowed. Now we can't. We're not allowed. I said, no, they ain't allowed, but we'll sit, we'll join in and so forth. That's what they do. They watch me, but and then he said that he got a lawsuit against us. I said, you ain't heard nothing about it. He said, man, this is crazy. I said, how's it is, y'all in the sneaker game, whatever the case may be, and y'all ain't heard about me filing a lawsuit against them. What they telling you? You know what I'm saying? So I said, hey, negotiations is taking process behind closed doors. On love, but it ain't my fault.
You got to the
nobody
point.
knew. You got to the point, lying. The truth come out. And they call it Tinker Hatfield a GOAT. If he's a GOAT, that makes me the GOATess.
I got a question.
Amazing.
I got a question. At one point, for you, when you was like, fuck that, the buck stops, this where the fucking buck stops, like when shit actually hit the fan in your situation, like what was that they got me fucked up on?
Oh man, when I did the little shows, I heard comments that I'm just mild-mannered. But I was like, man, you went through the anger stage when you're younger, but then you realize everything's flowing now and so forth, and you see what's really going on. Now you sit back and calm. But what got me, the last video I did myself, I put out there, the gang folks did like, oh shoot, the one you seen was the Kyrie situation, suing somebody, and then the Air movie. I said, that's it. I said, I'm through playing with them.
Yeah, that's how people like to poke bears, like, and they know damn well a bear can eat them.
I say this all the time. Anytime they won't tell the truth, hey, come on out and say something. Don't just sit back. What we got, all the other stuff legally going behind closed doors. Come out and us back, $1 billion company. I done popped the rock with a slingshot. I done popped the giant. This whole thing now is about
You let them know you popping.
Well, my thing thing is, I filed a lawsuit.
And this
My
I
thing-
do
here's-
have the documentation that you
Here's,
submitted to me to prove it.
here's the whole thing is, it's time for me to let people know the truth and the story. Tinker out here all these years telling that bull smack and Nike and all them.
Take
Okay,
credit for
it's
your
it's time for me
idea.
to go ahead and say,
Air 'em
nah,
out.
let me give you
Air
out a
'em
real.
out.
Let me give you out a real. If I would never sent what I sent then,
We wouldn't be having this
we
discussion.
wouldn't have discussion. What about talking about Jordan 3, 4, 5, 6 and all that?
It never existed.
No,
None of that shit
they,
would ever
they,
exist.
oh, they know it.
Once they got the air bubble concept, that clears air bubble concept, Nike took off.
Here's what's genius when they was talking about this, right? It's like Voltron. It's Voltron, that cartoon, like you see when you can lock and create something, right?
Mhm.
You know, combine.
All these elements of
Right.
different pieces.
So
that
you
form-
took what you said, saw that I had, and then you built off of it. Like my concept
They
was
piggybacked off your concept.
where to put this at. It's in the same spot. Everything's the name on the strap, the build around it. So the prototype for this saved not only Nike, but on the basketball game.
Just the culture.
But culture and Michael. You know what I mean? Michael know. Michael know. I'll call it out. Michael ain't gonna say nothing. I'll say nothing. Legally, he got to be quiet.
Because he's
They
still
all
part of the
got.
company.
They all got to be quiet. I'm sitting here, right here. I'm battle tested. You know what I'm saying?
Should be, man.
You know, the money thing that's going on. That's another thing. You know, folks ask about that, like,
Everybody
but
checking your
but-
pockets. They pocket watching.
And
They pocket watching, bro.
that's something relevant.
I need to hear no, that ain't got nothing to do with you. That's none of your
I'll
business.
feed the needy first.
Straight like that.
I'll feed the needy first. But we talking about sneaker history. A lot of folks ain't sneaker history because the truth came out and heard about it, like in Detroit. You know, the sneaker bar show that I did up there. Somebody from another podcast sent it over to the brother up there. But see, Nike be giving little gift bags and bulls back like that. Man, look here, you a sneakerhead, you don't want to know the truth.
Exactly.
I was somebody sent me a message, man. You know, I'm trying to pay attention to the negative stuff, the hecklers, whatever they want to call them. Yeah, man, you ain't, it's 80s, and you laughing, gig, and you trying to Nike will wait you out, this and that, this and that. I said, first of all, we in negotiations, but I respect your view on that.
Right.
I'm laughing too, because things being taken care of behind closed doors. You're wearing right now. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't be rocking Jordans. See, you got cornballs, man. They not intelligent or they illiterate. You can't pay attention to them. You know what I'm saying? And they send certain people like that. You jocking a company and trying to make fun of me when I'm in a good place between me and them. You paying money, so you keep buying them. Well, I get my percentage.
On the back end.
Stupid. Stuck on stupids out here. The stupid clan, man, is the most ridiculous.
And them motherfuckers you gotta watch out for, man, because them the same motherfuckers that when you get your just due, gonna be the same motherfuckers kissing your ass.
They don't need to. I don't pull my pants down for the big kiss.
That part.
See what I'm saying? It's a different thing where what people think or whatever got to do with your pockets, what somebody got. You can hate on somebody, guess what? They still gonna do what they do. You sitting around with you all the time, your emotions with this fantasy that you wish somebody
They
don't
don't
get
even
you or
know. They
whatever.
don't even know you feel this type of way about
Yeah,
them.
it don't matter.
They don't care.
And by the time you waste it, you be creative, try to figure a way to get your own stuff and do whatever the case may be. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a science of when you got knowledge of self and know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And people are focused more on the haters. Maybe focus on the lovers. But this way it's set up in this country. The culture's set up because of all the lying, the deceit, the murder, and killing, and everything, the robbing, the raping, the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? So you got a satanic situation.
There's levels to this shit.
This level, ignorance is a virus too.
I be trying to tell
So,
people like,
you gotta
man,
find a care for it.
like I be trying to tell people, man, like people be so stuck on shit on a superficial level, like, man, listen, there's so many levels to this shit and how corrupt shit is, like, and then we get people like him and myself that speak out against these injustices and just people taking advantage of people just because of the position that they in, they cool, then motherfuckers gonna stand up and tolerate that shit. Like,
You know,
hell nah.
it's the message for history. It's a message those don't know, the younger people.
They need to be educated.
Right, protect themselves, this and that. I'm fortunate the person admitted. See, that's what all patent and copyright and all that's about, is proof that you did something.
You created
so
this.
if you got something, that's like you recording somebody, right? And they been like, oh man, yeah, Rob, you put that logo on that horse. And then they go run with it. Guess what? He admitted right here, I got it. You ain't got to do the copyright patent, none of that. You got proof. It's all about proof. That's like
paper
right.
gang. They paper gangsters.
Paper gangsters. So we do a deal together. We sign it. You get greedy, but you ain't thinking. You wait a little years. You go out and you market it, and you blow it up. You know what I'm saying? But you begin. We sign that paper together. Here it is, right? Turn like he admitted right here.
So what's my percentages?
Your percentage.
What's my percentages?
There you go. This is why they're quiet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Your
what I'm saying?
percentages in this situation, I can't even calculate a number just off of the different models and different versions and reincarnations of the same version over and over again.
Well, they told me
your concept.
They told me that correspondent was like,
it choke a horse.
Then
they
said I asked for a large sum of money. Basically negotiate. Wait a minute, I asked for a large sum of money. And that was a few years back.
Yeah, if y'all took care of me then, we wouldn't be here now. Now they looking at that letter now like, hold up. Damn.
Well, a lot of things,
they did tell you that you were asking a large sum of money.
Yeah, so the legal thing and all that and so forth. So that all that you negotiate, and back and forth. It's like I said, I got a smile on my face, man. God is good at all the time.
God is amazing.
So I was asked the same thing. Oh, Baby, they suing Baby.
Okay, Baby.
28 years later, and somebody was saying, why they wait so long? Look, do the math.
They let the bag up.
It's right. Let the bag get filled up.
If you invest in drain the bag.
You can't retire from a job, man. You can't retire from a job in 2 years, 20 years. Your money piled up. Let them keep stacking. Let them keep stacking.
They don't understand. They don't
Boom.
understand compound interest.
So I was asked a question. Why'd you wait so long? I said 800 then was 800. 8,000 now is different. Which
and
one
inflation.
You want? Which one you want? You want 800? Yeah, you want 800. You want 8,000. You take your pick. And a lot of things you can't tell on the legal aspect. You gotta, as far as like, yeah.
Everything ain't for everybody, though.
No.
And that's what separates the winners from the losers is it ain't what you know. And who you know is what you know. It's a little bit of both in my book.
Yeah. As far as like, people like, man, you get it's being worked on that. Now, what am I allowed to say? I can say whatever I want to say. I ain't got no gag order on me. You ain't got no gag order. You promoting, I'm promoting too.
And you know what? Common sense.
We ain't got no gag order.
Common sense ain't so common.
No.
Because with all the interviews and documentaries that you're showing up on and you telling your story and they still haven't came and said a motherfucking word about what you're saying. Common sense ain't so common. People will be like,
so a sniper, what's a sniper's job to do? You can't
be
see.
Out of sight.
Pow, you been
felt
hit.
and not seen.
So the whole time I've been a sniper. Now they figure, he on the rooftop shooting. What y'all do? Y'all come to get me what?
It takes cover. Your vantage point.
There you go. See,
vantage point.
At one point, like I said, I was a sniper hitting. Now I was out there, I've been spotted on the rooftop, but you still ain't come to get me. I'm still firing shots. What you waiting on? So your team up to come and get me.
It's a great analogy.
And playing games with these people.
You ain't supposed to, man.
Yeah.
I pray to God, that you get yours, man. Because like I said,
I'm gonna get mine. I'm getting it now as we speak.
Not on my watch, man. I got platforms and resources to get your story out.
Social media been beautiful, man. Because like I said, networks and all them, they sitting like, oh man, we did everything.
Man, we don't need them.
We try to stop this guy from getting in the media, this and that.
We're going to get it out there one way or another, and we don't need your networks, we don't need your platforms, we don't
You know,
day and age we in now.
you know, like people reached out from overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like, underground, my name, like, boom. I live a different world. I do what I do, whatever, but other than that, I live a different world with all this going on. But now it's starting to rise on the surface now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when people talking and they blowing them up. And
what's this about this Basil Lewis character talking about y'all owe down? Like, what's this about? Like,
oh yeah, they didn't hit like they requesting and it was people that they got rid of that was contacting me at Nike. Yeah, it was two months. First guy one time, first too late, but when they was corresponding with corporate counsel, he was Thomas Nightingale. They switched him out with Thomas Horgan. I told him, I said, well, you knew this game. Let me teach you what's going on. You know, this is what's happening. And I said, another thing is, y'all stupid. Y'all writing me back for an attorney. Just pay me, get the money. We done with all this. Y'all sitting there writing me without an attorney.
Y'all won't even
But
miss.
see, that's how the universe works. Sometimes you think you're doing something, but the universe controls the situation. This whole story been mapped up in the beginning. This has been destined to happen. Me connected to Nike and Jordan. We don't know each other, but we heard of each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how that pyramid rolling like that.
That's funny because that's like how it was when I was in training camp, when I was at Don King camp. Like me and Don's son Eric was
That's right. We got
thick as
you in that
thieves,
boxing
right?
game.
Yeah, thick as thieves, and then you know, a couple attorney here, Carl Lewis. You know, Eric, Don knew about me, but I knew about him. We never seen each other, but he knew I was at his camp.
Right.
He heard a lot about me, and you know, like we were saying, like the politic aspect of it is like it. As far as like with the boxing, the politics it would just totally discourage you from just pursuing that career path because there's so much dirt and grime going on behind closed doors. Like,
man, but they
especially
say
when they know you're the
people,
one.
when they say that people ain't heard of you, this and that, certain things on higher level, that's a lie. They ain't no different than anybody else. We all human. We look at TV. If you ain't looking at the news or you ain't got Facebook, somebody's telling you about it. You know what I'm saying? We deal with we communicators. Even if you don't talk to nobody, you still communicating out of your mind with your eyes. You watching. You may not be speaking to that person, but you communicating. See what I'm saying? Because we all connected to one another. So I'll always be connected to them. They always be connected to me. You know, and that's the crazy part about it. You know, so once I contacted them, they contacted me back, we was in a connection. All the way up to this day to I leave this planet.
Got an established line of communication and it's documented.
Exactly.
I have the documentation that you submitted to me.
Exactly.
And I'm like, you can't discredit this documentation because it's rubber stamped letterheads.
Hey, there was nothing they said, if you got some legal, something legal, right? First of all, I don't know you. Two, dummy. I wouldn't be able to file a lawsuit in the first place. But you ain't got no proof or nothing or whatever. You don't have a leg to stand on. See what I'm saying? So you got to educate people who even educated.
I get it. Trust me, I get it. I get it.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, everybody's antennas ain't up.
Now, a lot of people choose to be asleep, but the people that claim they're woke, they ain't woke for real. They think that's just a word to throw away. Hey, I'm woke. No, you're not. You're totally oblivious to what's going on around you.
Right, totally. And then, like I said, man, with Tinker Hatfield, the one who knows what's going on, he running around and, hey, he's the GOAT. He's the man that helped create the help with the Jordan shoe and this and that. Yes, yeah, like I said, okay. That goat run out of milk. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, but that's the moral of the story, you know, and the days of Babylon, you know. And anybody, you know, we didn't have soldiers rise up out of Babylon, you know, and conquer. So my situation, I'm the conqueror. I won a long time ago. When that individual don't say nothing, come to defend themselves, you got got something to say? You got something to say? I'm waiting.
They say it's nothing.
I ain't say nothing.
Nobody said nothing.
See, because sometimes, man, power, it's not always about the money. Power coming, the force that you walk with. When you can shut a giant down, quiet, oh, you got the power.
You got the juice.
See, I walk with the power.
The juice.
Right, so you know what I'm saying?
Come from above,
Yeah, supreme force. So, sometimes you find out you sent to the planet for a reason. It ain't what everybody else think. And you might play the role. You that goofy Clark Kent. When you hear that going on, man, take them glasses off, bro. You a Kryptonian. You see what I'm saying?
Big dog.
Yeah, real talk.
Man, you know what? Like I said, man, I've known this man for a very long time. And one thing he's never done is told me a lie, nothing. Like, he's always been solid, man. Like, so, I want to thank you, man, just for taking time out of your schedule, because you are a busy man, to come up here, Ohio Media School, and give me an exclusive. Like, and that's just out the love, man, Ain't too much more I can say, like, floor is yours, man. I want you to shine. I want your story to get out there, man, because that's some bullshit.
I appreciate, man, that love. But it's people like Nike, man, that lie faster than the speed of light.
Those are always people that lie faster than the speed of light. People
that's
in positions of power.
Bad, yeah.
People in positions of power love to abuse their power and think they could step on the little people. Like,
the little people.
Nah, we the Giants though, for real.
We're
the Giants.
We got more.
You got resources. Yeah, you just got resources and flunkies around.
You start supporting certain things too. You see how much
you
power. Who got power? What? When you going
on
numbers.
my own too as a man.
Yeah, there you go.
Y'all got yes men.
Yeah.
Y'all got flunkies. Like, I don't know nothing about none of that. Like, I don't even operate in that realm.
But I appreciate you having me, bro. It's a blessing.
Hey, once again, everybody, I would like to welcome y'all to Ohio Media School, and my special guest for today, Mr. Basil Lewis, telling the story with his massive lawsuit against the brand Nike. So I want to thank y'all for coming out tonight. Everybody have a blessed one. This Big Dog Radio IGASM Visuals. Peace.
Shoguns, Dreams, Superb Style, fuck with me, 3H Entertainment, we get money.
That's the way I do it, She like it when I do it, Ain't nothing when I do it,
Do it for my city, watch me bring it back. She do it for the team, watch her throw it back. I'ma throw it stack, yeah we blowing thrags. Bitch I do it, when I do it, ain't no coming back. Emmett Smith on the beat, watch him run it back. We do it big, never small, and she love it that. Do it for my city, do it for my block. Bitch I do it, and won't never stop. Getting money, do it, fucking hoes, do it. Staying fresh, do it. Bitch, you know I do it. Getting money, do it. Fucking hoes, do it. Staying fresh, do it. Bitch, you know I do it.
She like it when I do it, Ain't nothing when I do it,
Mr. Numero Uno, Papa wish he called me. Long stroke drainer, Mr. Plumber, man, that's me. How I do it can't be done. One show, no reruns. Cloud 9 pilot, leave her body smiling. Swagger those Eki, she love it when I'm styling. Moving slow motion when I enter in her island. Only feels right when Papa ta ta ta